Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to today's game featuring the visiting Garden City Buffaloes and your Scott City Beavers.
Room right
The administration of Kansas State High School Activities Association asks that you enjoy the game. Your job as a fan is to watch and cheer. Please remember good sportsmanship allows the coaches to coach, the officials to officiate, and the players to play. Your positive support is appreciated. At this time, please stand and pay honor to America for the playing of our national anthem.
Sure. That timed out well.
Today's umpires are Mike Zimmerman and Wyatt Dottle. Our bat boys for this evening are fourth graders Jackson Jennison and Maddox Brown. These young men have
Once again, comments from Coach David Dirks. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services.
And now for today's starting lineups.
Benz. We'll take
beginning with the
1 minute
visiting
break.
Garden
We'll
City
come back with your
Buffalo.
starters and the opening pitch here from Scott City. Back in 1
Shortstop
minute.
leading off,
This
number
is
3,
Paper
Jonathan
Baseball.
Almanza. Pitching, batting second, number 20, Jacoby Rathman. Playing center field, number 1, and batting third, Drew Strecker. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 7, Colden Blankenhorn. Batting fifth, the DH, number 8, Gavin Wells. Batting sixth, the third baseman, 15, Ryder Blankenhorn. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 34, Gio Benitez. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 12, Cameron Barrett. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 5, Ethan Ackerman. The Buffaloes are head coached by Lance Allred, assisted by Griffin Brunson. How do you do that there? Switch to the other one. Adam?
Huh?
How do you switch to
Oh.
Now your starting lineups for your Scott City Beavers. They'll obviously be the home team this afternoon. Leading off for them is number 3, the shortstop Avery Radke. Batting second, the center fielder, number 1, Aaron Radke. Batting third, the first baseman, number 12, Emilio Contreras. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 28, Spencer Kramer. The third baseman. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 35, Easton Eisenhower. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 13, Yuli Armendariz.
And we welcome you back here to
Batting
Scott
eighth,
City
number
for
20,
Beaver
the second
Baseball this
baseman,
afternoon.
Jackson
Scott
Harris.
City and Garden City set
batting
to do
ninth,
battle. A year
left
ago, these two
fielder,
teams
number
played down in
11,
Garden
Jason
City,
Berry.
split a doubleheader between the
Scott City is
two
head coached by
programs.
David Dirks.
Let's go ahead
assisted by
and
Chris
get
Radke
your starting
and
lineups
Ryan
once again
Alverson.
presented here by Security State Bank.
Play
For
ball.
the Garden City Buffaloes, they are once again coached today here by Lance Allred and Griffin Brunson. They'll start off Jonathan Almanza. He'll lead things off. He'll be the shortstop. Batting seconds will be Jacoby Rathbun, and he'll be the pitcher Drew Strecker. Strikers at center field batting third. Colden Blankenhorn, the catcher, batting fourth. Gavin Wells will be the DH batting fifth. Ryder Blankenhorn, the freshman third baseman, bat sixth. Gio Benitez at first, batting seventh.
Top
Cameron
first for
Barrett
Garden City,
being
Almanza,
right
Rathbun
field
on
and
deck,
batting
Strecker
ninth.
in
It's going to be the
hole.
second baseman Ethan Ackerman, and playing in left field is the
Spencer Kramer on the mound to
is
start
Andrew
game one for the
Wessels.
Beavers.
For Scott City, coached by David Dirks, and also assisted by Chris Radke and Ryan Alverson. It'd be Avery Radke leading things off at shortstop. Aaron Radke, the center fielder, batting second. Emilio Contreras at first, batting third. The pitcher, Spencer Kramer, batting fourth. Tegan Feely at third, batting fifth. Easton Eisenhower's at catcher, batting sixth. And in seventh is Yuli Armendariz, the right fielder. Jackson Harris in second is batting eighth, and Chasten Berry is the left fielder batting ninth. Taking a look at the final stats here for the senior pitcher, Spencer Kramer, for the Beavers as he gets his final warm-up tosses here. This year, the senior, he has pitched 20 and a third innings. He is 1-2. He has started 5 games, been in 7. He does have an earned run average of around 5.5. He's given up 30 runs, 16 of those earned, 35 hits. Also, 21 strikeouts, 13 walks. As he'll face an 8-7 Garden City team here in Game 1, trying to snap a 3-game skid. Glad to have you aboard here on a beautiful afternoon here in Scott City for some baseball. A little breezy, and feels like it remains undefeated when we say it's a little different from being in here than it is out here than it is in town. Anyways, leading things off will be Jonathan Almanza, the shortstop. He sees the right-hand pitch from Spencer Kramer thrown in there for a fastball called strike. 76 degrees southeast winds gusting around 26 miles per hour here at the ballpark. An 0-1 count here for Almanza, the shortstop. The junior, a .229 batting average, takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. Almanza with 2 doubles, 4 RBI in that leadoff spot, 11 hits this year, and 8 runs scored. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the air. This will be into left field. Is it going to drop fair? Yes, it is. And it drops right in front of the left fielder, Chasten Berry. There was 3 Beavers, the third baseman, Feely, Radke at short, and then Berry trying to get to it, and nobody could get to it, and it's a leadoff single here for the Garden City Buffaloes here in the top of the first inning, and that'll bring up Jacoby Rathbun, the pitcher.
Rathbun, the patch.
Rathbun, the junior, 484. He has 2 of the team's 4 home runs. He leads the team with that 484 batting average, and he has driven in 9 runs in, I should say, and throw back to first to keep Almanza toward the bag. But he has 19 runs scored, leads the team by a lot on that, and he flies this one in the air deep to left center field. Chasten Berry going back. It's going to be over his head, and it is gone. 2-run home run by Jacoby Rathbun, and just like that, it is 2-0 Garden City, and now he has a team leading 3 homers on the year. Does the junior pitcher, helps his cause out on the mound, and 4 pitches in, it's 2-0 Garden City. Chasten Berry went back as far as he could and then just watched it sail to the right of the scoreboard out in left field. And a 2-run blast gives the Buffaloes an early 2-0 lead. Drew Strecker checks in. The junior, a .343 batting average this year, 2 homers, 16 RBI. He leads the team with RBI coming in. And he shoots this one right back up the middle for a single. 3 hits already for Garden City here in this top of the first, and they've already got a 2-0 lead, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Colden Blankenhorn, the junior. A .225 batting average for him. Has a triple, 2 doubles out of his 9 hits and 6 runs driven in. And throw back to first. Kramer trying to keep keep Strecker, that is, toward the bag. 2-0 Garden City already. 1 on, nobody out top of the first. Rathbun, 2-run home run over left field fence. Throw back to first again. Once again, doing the catching today for Scott City is Easton Eisenhower in Game 1. Emilio Contreras, you can just put a Sharpie on him at first base. Second base is the freshman Jackson Harris. Avery Radke at short, and Tegan Feely at third. From the stretch, the pitch is missing outside. Throw down to second, not in time, and a stolen base standing up for Strecker. And it's a 1-0 count for Blankenhorn, the catcher. Strecker with a stolen base there. A 1-0 count here for Blankenhorn, the catcher. Pops this one up in it's going to work its way into left field, and Chasten Berry on the run makes the catch. As Radke was also on the chase, but he gave way to Chasten Berry, and there's 1 out here at the top of the first. Back to second is Strecker. And so 1 on, 1 out for the Buffaloes with a 2-0 lead, and now it's going to be Gavin Wells checking in. He's the DH. Wells is a senior, a 200 batting average this year. Takes a pitch inside for ball one. 2-0 Garden City, top of the first, 1 on, 1 out. They're already to their 5-0. They have 3 hits in this inning. A 2-run home run by Rathbun. The scoring already. They'll fake the throw back to second, but that gets struck back to the bag there. In the outfield, you have Chaston Berry. He's been busy. He's in left field. Aaron Radke, the freshman in center, and Yuli Armendariz, the sophomore in right field. That pitch misses up and away, and it's 2-0. On deck is the younger Plankenhorn, the third baseman for Garden City. Wells, your batter. Runner takes off about halfway to third. Now they haven't picked off, but they threw to second, and the runner will advance to third, and it's a 2-1 count after a called strike. So Strecker got halfway between second and third. They throw to second to Radke, and then Strecker just took off to third, and it's now Strecker in scoring position at third base, and a 2-1 count for Gavin Wells, the DH. 2-1 pitch is fouled off. First base side now to play. Its count now is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first, 1 on, 1 out, 2-0 Garden City. They're trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Scott City trying to get back on their winning side. They have not been below 500 all year. They're at 7-7 entering today. Garden City half game up, 8-7. 2-2. Pops this one straight back. That one was out of the zone, it looked like, but Wells, you do normally on a 2-2 or 2-strike count. You protect the plate, and he did just that, just to make sure he has another at bat here. 2-2 count here. As Kramer sets and deals, that one curveball misses in. It's full count, 3-2. Didn't quite sneak that in on the outside corner, or inside corner, Full count here for the right-handed batter. Wells, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kramer works from the stretch. And will bring home a payoff pitch. Fly ball, lift the air to center field. Back goes Aaron Radke toward left center field. Will make the catch. Tagging up from third is going to be Strecker. He'll score, and it's an RBI sacrifice fly for Gavin Wells, and it makes it 3-0 Garden City here in the top of the first. And so bases are empty, 2 down here in the top of the first. Kramer just 14 pitches as it's Ryder Plankenhorn, the third baseman, checks into bats. The freshman, a 167 batting average, has 5 hits. 1 of those is a double, 5 RBI and 6 runs scored this year, and takes the curveball for a called strike, 0-1. 3-0 Garden City here, top of the first. Bases empty, 2 away. The outfield plays a little deeper than normal today. Of course, that wind blowing in from the southeast is going to carry that ball. We've already seen that here. That one, fastball up and in, and ducking is the freshman Plankenhorn, and it's 1-1. Scott City in their first to bat will have Avery Radke, Aaron Radke, and Emilio Contreras. Looking to get one more out here. Here's the 1-1. It's fouled off, and it's 1-2. 3-0 Buffalo lead here in the top of the first inning. Kramer working from the windup here with the bases empty, and brings home a 1-2 offering, and it misses on a fastball outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of inning number 1. Buffalo's looking to add to their 3-0 lead. Ryder Plankenhorn, the batter, the 6th of the inning. Kramer's 2-2. Ooh, just missed it. And it's now a full count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's Kramer's payoff pitch. Shoots it right back up the middle, just over the top of the glove of second baseman Jackson Harrison, a 2-out single on a liner there back up the middle, and so Garden City continues the inning with their 4th hit.
Single for Ryder Plankenhorn brings
as
up
Gio Benitez, the first baseman, checks in. The junior, 214 batting average this year. He has 4 RBI, 6 hits this year, all singles, and has a runner at first or 2 away. 3-0 Garden City advantage. And Plankenhorn will lead off at first. Benitez will take a call strike. 0-1 count here for the junior first baseman. Leading off from first is Plankenhorn. He'll throw back over there. That got a little close. A good play that time. Almost got him picked off. Your umpire in the field here in Game 1 is Wyatt Dottle. Mike Zimmerman calling all the balls and strikes here in Game 1 behind the plates. One is in the dirt and he gets away from Eisenhower. He cannot find it until it's too late. And off to second goes Plankenhorn, and a runner in scoring position in a 1-1 count on the passed ball. 3-0 Garden City. A 7-hole batter this inning. Kramer already up to 22 pitches. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses inside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here for the junior Buffalo first baseman. Garden City wearing the gray uniforms here today. They've got those brown pinstripes, brown numbers, and white trim. As a bouncer right back up the middle, fielded by Radke. Bobbles it, has time, picks it up, throws it to Emilio Contreras at first in time for the 6-3 putout. The Garden City does the early damage with 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Garden City 3, Scott City coming up here. We'll come back in 1 minute for the bottom of inning number 1. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball.
Yeah.
3-0 Garden City here in the bottom of the first inning, as it is Jacoby Rathbun pitching, warming up on the mound for the Buffaloes. He has 2 saves this year. He does have his 7th appearance of the season here with a 3.50 earned run average. He is, according to the stats here, 1-0 on the year. He's pitched 8 innings. He's given up 6 runs, 4 earned on just 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, 9 walks. He has faced 40 batters this year. He will see the top of the order for the first time. Radke Contreras for the Beavers, freshman senior. It's the senior Radke leading things off.
Leading off for Scott
City won 2-0 on Tuesday against Cimarron in Game 1, and then it went back and forth in Game 2, and the Blue Jays would end up soaring back for the 12-10 victory. The pitch outside, ball 1 here to the senior shortstop, Avery Radke. A .389 batting average this year for the senior. He has 21 hits, 18 of those singles, 2 doubles, and a triple. And he grounds this one, gloved by the third baseman, Riker Plankenhorn, over to Benitez at first, and it's a 5-3 putout for out number 1. Plankenhorn to Benitez. And that'll bring up the freshman Aaron Radke. Hit his first career home run on Tuesday there at Cimarron. He has had a pretty good season there. .439 batting average, 25 hits, 16 singles, 3 doubles, 5 triples, and I mentioned the 2-run home run against Cimarron on Tuesday in the second game. He's a left-handed batter, and liner just passed Almanza at shortstop and a 1-out single.
1-out single for Aaron Radke. That's going to bring up
Aaron Radke. That'll bring up
the first baseman
Emilio Contreras. Contreras, the senior first baseman, 5'12" on the year. He has got 2 home runs. He had one the other day on Tuesday at Cimarron as well. Let's see, 17 runs. Second on the team behind Aaron Radke. 1-on-1 out for the Beavers here, and that one sharply hit foul to the fence, first base side, counted 0-1. For the Buffaloes in the field here in game one, you have the older Plankenhorn. You have Colton Plankenhorn catching, Gio Benitez at first, Ethan Ackerman at second, and Almanza, that's Jonathan Almanza at short, and at third base is Ryder Plankenhorn. And left field, it is Andrew Wessels. He's not batting, of course, because of the DH. Drew Strecker in center, and in right field is Cameron Barrett as they threw back to first. Runner was safe. It's a 1-1 count, now a 2-1 count here for Emilio Contreras. Aaron Radke at first, one out for the Beavers here in the bottom of the first. Scott City finds themselves down 3-0 here in the opener. That's a doubleheader. 2-1 count for the senior first baseman. The righty-righty matchup. Fastball low and away, 3-1. And a favorable count here for Contreras with Kramer on deck. Looks like some of the young Garden City fans trying to go find that foul or the home run ball out in left field. And a 3-1 pitch, sinker in there, swung on a miss. It's a full count at 3-2. Nice toss in there by Rathbun, but 3 balls, 2 strikes for Contreras. Aaron Radke leads off from first. One out here in the home half of the first. Rathbun works from the stretch. Sets. Delivers a pitch. It's looped in the air, or looped in the air to left field, that is. Looped, whatever you want to say. Works as a one-out single.
Puts runners at first and second with one down for Scott City.
And runners at first and second here for the pitcher, Spencer Kramer. He can help his cause out now. He can give it a good ride. He is a senior this year with a .298 batting average, no home runs, 9 RBI, 14 hits, 11 singles, a double and 2 triples out of his hits this year. First and second, one out for the Beavers. Pitch, it's taken a while outside for a ball, 1-0. Beavers wearing those navy blue tops this afternoon with the gray pants, white numbers and lettering, and dark blue and light blue trim around the numbers and lettering. Runners lead from first and second. Kramer swinging for the fences on that one, misses. And the count is now level at 1-1. You have Aaron Radke at second. Emilio Contreras at first for the Beavers here in the bottom of the first, down 3-0 here in the opener of this doubleheader. Rathbun swing and a miss. Another fastball, just giving straight heat there, and the count is at 1-2. Now for the senior pitcher, Kramer. Ball and 2 strikes here for Kramer, a right-handed batter facing the righty, Rathbun. Rathbun sets and deals. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Kramer. There's 2 outs for the senior third baseman, Tegan Feely.
Tegan Feely.
Feely, a .260 batting average this year. 8 RBI, 8 runs scored. He has 13 hits, 12 of those singles, the other one a double. 2 on, 2 out for the Beavers here in the bottom of the first. They find themselves down 3-0, but the tying run is at the plate here. Rathbun, just 13 pitches tossed with a strikeout, couple hits surrendered. That pitch in there for a called strike, that sinker in there, counted 0-1. Boy, that one dropped that one in there right at the bottom of the zone. Rathbun sets. Pitch. This one's going to be caught right back to the pitcher, and that'll end the inning as Scott City leaves 2 after 2 hits. 3-0 Garden City after 1. We'll come back in a minute for the second inning of play. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball.
got burned up in a house fire and over.
All right, we're back here in Scott City. 3-0 for the Buffaloes here as we head to the top of the second inning. It's Cameron Barrett. He'll be followed by Ethan Ackerman, and then it's Jonathan Almanza for a second time. The 8-9-1 hitters for the Buffaloes. They got the 2-run home run, and then top of the first inning by starting pitcher Rathman, and
Barrett, the batter, Ackerman on deck. Almanza in the hole.
added another run on an RBI sacrifice fly by Wells to make it 3-0. That scored a Strecker from third, and that was the scoring in the first inning for Garden City. That pitch misses inside for a ball. That was Kramer's 25th pitch of the game, and the count is at 1-0. It'd be interesting how Coach Dirks plays it. I think the max is 75 pitches to be eligible for Tuesday. That pitch in for a called strike, 1-1. Yeah, to be eligible for Tuesday, you can't go over 75. So we could see if he does preserve him after pitch 75 in the middle of the bat, that could be a possibility. Not curveball in there for a called strike, and it's now 1-2. Good pitch there by Kramer on Barrett, trying to get ahead of him here. Big thing for the pitchers for Scott City, they just need to get that first pitch strike in there, and that kind of sets the tone for the at-bats. 1-2, outside, 2-2. You can just try to grab that early lead. I guess that's part of your keys to the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout as well. But 2-2 pitch, and Barrett swings and misses, and Kramer records strikeout number 1.
Striker swinging for one away.
One out in the Garden City second inning.
1 down.
For Ethan Ackerman. Wrapping up the batting order here for the Buffaloes. Their first trip through. Ackerman, the senior, 114 batting average coming in today, 4 hits, 2 RBI. It's 3-0 Garden City, 1 out, bases clear, top of the second. He swings and misses on that one. Scott City coming into today, they're sitting in that number 9 spot in the regional out of the 16, of course. The 0-1 misses, outside 1-1. Russell and Beloit are your top 2 teams right now in the 3A regional. Of course, it's a new format this year. The regional quarterfinals on Wednesday, the 13th of May. And then they play the regional semis and finals with the top 2 seeds remaining. That pitch misses, 2-1 as it goes to the backstop. The on-deck batter will go and get that being Almanza. So it's a new format for 3A this year. 2-1 here for Kramer, or for Ackerman. Kind of blooped it up, and diving catch that time by Feely. A little kind of a excuse me swing that time by Ackerman. Kind of on the inside, and Tegan Feely dives and makes the catch in the infield for out number 2. Good effort that time by the senior third baseman for Scott City, and an empty amount of bases there, I should say. Bases empty, 2 down. Top of the order once again here for Jonathan Almanza. A single and a run scored for him in the first inning. Part of that 2-run home run by Jacoby Rathman, who stands on deck, and he'll take that pitch for ball 1. It's 3-0 Garden City, top of the second. Bases empty, 2 away. Yeah, so Scott City kind of in that middle right now. If it stands, if they were seeding it right now, they'd go play at Southwestern Heights first round. That one sharply hit foul, grounded third base side, 1-1. Scott City does play Southwestern Heights in the regular season this year. They go down there in 11 days on Tuesday, the 5th of May. It's a 1-1 count for the shortstop Almanza. Takes the pitch away, 2-1. But Russell's kind of the real deal this year again. They were a state tournament team a year ago, and they look like probably a team to reckon with in this regional once again this year. That pitch misses in, or actually hits in there for a called strike. Threw me off there. Zimmerman, it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Kramer trying to get his second K and work a 1-2-3 inning. That one misses the whole way, and it's a full count, 3-2. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Beavers when they come up in the bottom of the second. Eisenhower, Armendariz, and Harris. 3-0 3 balls, 2 strikes for the Buffalo shortstop, junior Jonathan Almanza. The payoff pitch fouled off, and still 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Kramer will get his 40th pitch of the game tossed right here with a 3-2 count. 3-0 Garden City lead here in the second. As Kramer tosses a payoff pitch up and in, ball 4, runner aboard, 2 away for Jacoby Rathbun.
Almanza draws a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Rathbun.
Almanza at
Batter
first.
stepping on in. Colton Plankenhorn
And
the hole.
same
Down.
scenario,
First.
top of the first. The very first pitch Rathbun saw, he sailed it over the left center field fence for a 2-run home run. It is 3-0 right now for Garden City. The left-handed batter checks in. As the team leading 3 homers now, so they'll throw back to keep Almanza toward the bag at first. They'll throw back. Almost got him that time in there safely was Almanza, but Kramer does have a pretty good snap back to first. Kramer sets, and another throw back to first. That one a little wide. And so Jacoby Rathbun, taking his time, asks for time, granted by the home plate umpire, now steps back in the left-handed batter's box. Still waiting on the first pitch to see, and Kramer delivers that one for a fastball strike, and the count is at 0-1. 1 on, 2 out for Garden City, top of the second, 3-0 Buffalo lead. They scored all the runs in the top of the first. Rathbun had 2 RBI on that one, and I'll throw back to first. It hits the runner, Almanza, and so in a way that helps Emilio Contreras out. He knows where the ball is, and an assist there from Almanza to keep the ball in the infield. Kramer sets and deals another one, and that's going to hit Rathbun on a slider, and the runner will go to first and second with 2 outs.
That'll be first and second with 2 down.
And that'll bring up Drew Stricker.
Stricker the batter, Colton Plankenhorn on deck, Wells in the hole.
Line back up the middle for a single, and would score on an RBI sacrifice fly in the first inning by Wells. Garden City with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second. After the first 2 outs were recorded, the last 2 have reached base, and that one sails high over the head. And nope, it did hit him. Hit his helmet, and so back-to-back hit batters has loaded the bases. Almanza walked on a 3-2 count, and then Rathbun and then Strecker on the very first pitch he saw. And so now Kramer struggled a little bit trying to get that elusive final out. Colton Plankenhorn, your batter, he's 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. He'll inherit the bases loaded here, or he'll step into bat with the bases loaded and 2 down here in the top of the second. So last 3 Buffaloes have reached base after the first 2 outs were retired. And that one is up and in, and right now Kramer having a hard time getting that ball down, and it's a 1-0 count. He works from the windup with the bases loaded. Almanza at third, Rathbun at second, Strecker at first. And that was a little bit chin music there, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes here for Colton Plankenhorn, the junior catcher. That one in there, fastball, called strike 2-1. Bases loaded for Garden City, 2 out, top of the second. They have a 3-0 lead. They have not had a hit this inning. Walk and 2 hit batters in until now. A liner into left field, and that's going to plate 2 more runs. The throw in will not be in time. And it's a 2-run single by Colton Plankenhorn in the cleanup spot, and he cleans 2 of the bases off to make it 5-0 Garden City. As Rathbun and Almanza score, Strecker stayed at second. And that'll bring in Gavin Wells. The RBI sacrifice fly his first time up. Drove in Garden City's 3rd run. They now have 5 runs on 5 hits here in their second at bat. That pitch in for a called strike. Very high part of the zone. It's 0-1. Time is called. Looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner for Plankenhorn, so he can go get his catcher's gear on. And that courtesy runner for the Buffaloes, get that for you real quickly, is Adrian Galatia. Well, I said that right, he's a senior. As they allow Colton Blankenhorn to go get his catching gear on for the third inning, or for the bottom of the second, excuse me. That pitch in for a strike hits the lower part of the zone, and it's kind of gotten to be a wider zone here. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for Gavin Wells. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in the top of the second for Garden City. Kramer looking for his second strikeout. Runner takes off for third. That one's pulled foul, third base side. That time Wells got ahead of it, and it's still 0-2. Coach, or the home plate umpire Mike Zimmerman says get some baseballs ready. He's running out of, I think he's out of baseballs in his pouches. 2 strike counts, an 0-2 count here for Gavin Wells. Kramer looks over at the runner at second and deals. That one gets away in a wild pitch, and the runners advance 90 feet to second and third. Strecker to third. Galatia, the courtesy runner for Colton Blankenhorn, at second, and it's a 1-2 count. Once was a pretty quick 2 outs with bases empty. It's turned into 2 runs and one, I believe it's 1-2. Wells will see the 52nd pitch of the game, and he ropes his son into left field and on the run. Chasten Berry will make the grab, and that'll retire the side.
Left fielder Berry for
So
3 away.
Chasten Berry with a nice play out in left field. 2 runs, hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for Garden City. They lead 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Back in a minute. This is Scott City Beaver baseball. Ah, jeepers. for Armendariz. He swings through that one and misses, and it's 1-1. He's showing some signs of improvements from last year to this year at times. Been more confident in games he's been in at the plate this year. 1-1, he swings through that one and misses. Having a hard time catching up to that fastball from Rathbun, and it's now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes for Armendariz. And looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. Fastball for out number 2. That'll bring up the freshman second baseman, Jackson Harris. As a freshman, 263 the batting average this year. 10 hits, 4 singles. He also has 2 home runs, including another one the other day at Cimarron. 2 home runs. A triple for him. 12 RBI, 10 runs scored. Left-handed batter checks in with those bright pink batting gloves. And Rathbun hits the outside corner for a called strike. Counted 0-1 here for Jackson Harris. Here in the bottom of the second, 2 outs, bases empty, 5-0 Garden City, and Harris fans on that one and misses, and it's quickly 0-2. Feels like that it's just kind of the simplicity. Rathbun just say, I'm just going to go throw heat at Scott City and see if they can catch up to it. 0-2 count here for Jackson Harris. Wind up to Rathbun. He'll deal. He takes a little bit off of that one and old Harris swing and a miss. He gets a couple of strikeouts. 3 up, 3 down for the Beavers on just 12 pitches. As we go to the third inning, it's 5-0 Garden City. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. Top of the third inning, Scott City with a 5-0 deficit. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. The freshman Ryder Blankenhorn checks in. He had a 2-out single back up the middle in the top of the first inning. That'll be followed out by Gio Benitez and also Cameron Barrett. First pitch misses for ball 1. That was the 53rd pitch. Kramer. We'll see. For Coach David Dirks will allow him to go past 75 to be eligible for Tuesday. And that one's flown in the air to left field. Backpedaling and unable to get it is Chaston Berry. Blankenhorn rounds first. He digs for second, and he's in with a stand-up double. That one,
double for
the wind with an assist that time. Berry had it played pretty well, but he just kept hanging up there. And it was more of a liner than it was a fly ball. And a leadoff double here for Garden City in this top of the third inning, already with a 5-0 lead. Gio Benitez is your batter. He's 0 for 1. He ended the first inning with a ground out to the shortstop. Runner at second, nobody out in the top of the third. Garden City had the leadoff runner aboard in the first inning that came around to score. And they scored all their runs with 2 outs. Here's a bouncer fielded by the third baseman, Feely. Runner advances to third. He'll get it over to Emilio Church, who digs it out of the ground.
First for 1 away.
That'll advance Ryder Blankenhorn to third, 1 away here in the Garden City third inning.
Barrett the batter, Ackerman on deck, Alonso in the hole, 1 down.
Retirement. Blankenhorn to third for Cameron Barrett, second inning, he was last up. He struck out. The lone strikeout for Kramer. Yeah. Pitched in for a called strike out of 0-1. 1 out, 1 on for Garden City, top of the third. It is a 5-0 Buffalo lead. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. There are 2 runs in the second inning. We're all with 2 outs. Scott City got the first 2 outs of the inning, and then as that pitch was fouled off, and then Garden City was able to walk, and then back-to-back hit batters, and then a 2-run single by Colden Plankenhorn drove in Almanza and Rathbun. It's an 0-2 count here for Barrett. That one misses low and away, and it's 1-2. So good job here by Kramer. And the big thing, when you struggle a little bit, you want to try to get that first pitch strike there, and he did in this at bats, and he can use that to his advantage. He's still ahead in the count at 1-2. Pitch misses away, and now the count is even at 2-2 as he goes same location outside. Barrett, the right-handed batter, does not bite on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Plankenhorn at third, 1 out here in the top of the third for Garden City. Kramer delivers. Oh. Was that?
Hey, that's not
That's
right.
should be 3-2 now.
3 balls.
Barrett's taken off to first like that was ball 4. He was told by his first base coach, nope, you're only at 2-2. That's now 3-2. So,
Full count.
you do that, so you take off. It can be a mental game on the next pitch if it's right around the strike zone. And as Kramer works from the stretch and brings home the 3-2, fouled off. So Barrett spoils that pitch and has another payoff pitch coming his way. 1-on-1 out here in the top of the third. 5-0 Garden City advantage here in game 1. Kramer gets a sign from his catcher Eisenhower. Sets. Glances at the runner at third. Delivers another 3-2. Just missed inside on the curveball. Ball 4. And now Barrett can take first base. Runners on the corners. 1 out for Ethan Ackerman. He's 0 for 1. And that was
1 out.
pop-up in the infield and a diving catch in the infield grass. I had to feel comfortable, at least for Tegan Fieldy, to catch that one off the grass on the infield. No scrapes, just some grass. 1 out. Ackerman, your batter. Kramer already up to 62 pitches. Showing bunt. That pulling back is popped out of the glove of Eisenhower. Taken off for second. No throwdown. As Barrett will be in scoring position. It's a 1-0 count. So, position for Garden City. Really not a stolen base. There wasn't an attempt to even think about throwing down there. Kind of a defensive indifference. And now Scott City will bring their third baseman Feely in a little bit with runners at second and third with 1 out. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike right on the upper part of the zone. It's now 1-1. Kramer 12 pitches this inning, 64 and 2 1/3. 1-1 counts for Ackerman, and he fouls this one off, and it's 1-2. That fouled off back and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. And here we go. Ball and 2 strikes. Kramer sets. Ups over the runners at second and third and brings home the pitch. Fly ball, lift the air. This is going to drop in between everybody in shallow right center field. That'll plate one more, and Garden City now, as they throw it in, good stop by Eisenhower, and backing it up was Kramer. It's now 6-0 Garden City with runners on the corners and 1 out still.
The leadoff Almanza, the batter Rathbun on direct striker in the hole. 1 down.
Plankenhorn scores from third. Barrett goes to third. Ackerman at first for Jonathan Almanza, who's 1 for 1. A single run, 2 runs scored, and a walk. His last time up on a 3-2 pitch. So the Buffaloes have scored at least 1 run in every inning and still threatening with 2 on and 1 out. And Kramer at 66 pitches, time called. And a 6-0 Buffalo lead. Kramer sets. The senior delivers the pitch in low, ball one. So third time through the batting order here for the Buffaloes. Here in this top of the third inning with a 6-0 lead. They're trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Scott City trying to avoid being south of 500 for the first time this year. Runner goes from first, a pitch blown away, and no throw. And that's a wise move because you have that threat at third from Barrett. Ackerman takes second, and it's a 2-1 or 2-0 count, excuse me. So Ackerman now at second. Almanza, your batter, with 2 in scoring position. That fastball in for a called strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here for Almanza, the shortstop. 1 run in for the Buffs here in the third. 70th pitch from Kramer is a liner. This is going to find the hole in the left center field. And that's going to bounce all the way to the fence. And it's going to be an 8-0 game here. Rounding second and on his way to third is going to be, and the throw is in time. Almanza out at third for the second out of the inning, but he does damage at the plate, driving in Barrett and Ackerman to make it 8-0, but trying to stretch a double into a triple. Good job by Aaron Rackett, gunning it into Tegan Feely. And 2 out in the inning as Barrett and Ackerman once again scored. Almanza thrown out at third. Radke to Feely, 8-5 on the play. Bases cleared, 2 down for Jacoby Rathbun, the pitcher. And now, speaking of pitchers, I think we're going to see a pitching change here in the top of the third inning with Scott City down 8-0 here. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back in 1 minute. This is all right. Back here in Scott City as the Beavers are down 8-0, 2 outs, base is empty. Coach David Dirks goes to the bench
Now pitching for Scott
and brings
City,
in
number 17,
Junior Mesa. I would give you some stats on his pitching this year in varsity, but I won't because he has not pitched before in varsity, so he's making his varsity debut in his first year out for baseball. So the changes, he will sub in. Subbing out will be Jackson Harris. Spencer Kramer will go to second base. 2 outs here. The final line for Kramer through 2 2/3. He will be charged with 8 runs. All those earned 8 hits, 2 walks, and strikeout 2 hit batters. So if the base is empty, nobody be responsible for Scott City, for Kramer on the bases. And so Jacoby Rathbun will face a new pitcher, Junior Mesa, with 2 outs here. Scott City down 8-0 here in the top of the third. Rathbun, your batter. Lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. And unfortunately for Mesa, that was his welcome to the mound. A line drive single right back up the middle with 2 outs, and he's on for a third time. Drew Strecker, your batter, 1 for 1 as well. He was hit by a pitch. He singled his first time up in the score in the first inning. And 1 on 2 out here for Garden City here in the top of the third, already up 8-0. They've added a few more runs here, 3 more runs in this inning, and Mesa throws in a nice pitch for a called strike. Counted 0-1. Rathbun at first, 2 out here in the top of the third. Garden City already up 8-0. Scott City will have the 9-1-2 hitters in their third at bat. That one in the dirt, didn't cross the plate, and blocked by Eisenhower nicely, even though Rathbun did take off for second. And he's in scoring position for Strecker. Leader in the batting average this year for Garden City is Strecker, and he chases one up out of the zone and misses, and it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Drew Strecker, the center fielder for the Buffaloes here in the top of the third. 8-0 Garden City lead. Oh, time called right before that pitch, and Strecker just took a practice hack there, and I guess they called a balk. And so that'll send Rathbun to third. The home plate umpire called a balk on that one. I don't think he got, I think probably saying that Mesa did not get set. That's the only thing I can see. I'm surprised, to be honest, and not that it was anything malicious or anything. I'm surprised nothing was said about Strecker just taking a hack at that one foul after right before or right when the home plate umpire called time. Not that it was bad or anything, but Strecker fouls that one up, and it's 1-2. It reminded me of like taking the hack at it, like delay a game and it would be a delay game penalty in football when the punter or the whistle stops play and the punter just punts the ball anyway, or the kicker kicks one through the uprights. Here's another pitch. That one, trying to block at that time was Eisenhower on a wild pitch, and Rathbun scores from third, and it's now 9-0. As in there is Rathbun from third on the wild pitch, and it's a 2-2 count here for Drew Strecker. The base is empty and 2 down. Two-two delivery. That one inside, low count or low and in, 3-2. It's a payoff pitch here coming up for Strecker. Mesa has thrown 7 pitches here in his second battery's face. Payoff pitch, lying down the third base line, but foul. And so we'll replay 3-2 here. Another payoff pitch on the way. This one's popped up in the shallow left field, and it's going to be Avery Radke underneath it. Oh, he dropped it, and the inning continues on. Oh, a routine play there, and Scott City's first error of the afternoon, and Strecker on at first, 2 away, and the error continues the inning on.
Ryder Blankenhorn the hole, 2-down runner at first.
And Colton Blankenhorn, your batter, 1 for 2. He singled into left field his last time up. Also flew out to left field his first time up. Runner at first, 2 out, 9-0. The ball gets away from the catcher, and on to second goes Strecker, 1-0 count. Time is called. Coach David Dirks is going to come out, talk to his pitcher possibly, and some of the infield here. Just kind of settle him down in his debut. So Coach Dirk's settling hers down for Junior. You know, he's a confident player in his own right as Junior, but there's got to be a lot of nerves there making your first start of the season this late in the season, or I should say first outing this year on the mound, kind of this past the halfway mark, first year playing baseball. And so the meeting's over in a 1-0 count, a runner at second. Throws a pitch and threw off Blankenhorn, and that swing and miss evens up the count at 1-1. So the whatever Coach Dirk said worked right away. The top of the third, 4 across for the Buffaloes this inning. That pitch misses outside. It's 2-1. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third here for Garden City. They have 9 runs on 9 hits so far here in their first 3 at bats. 2-1. Runner takes off for third. That pitch is in the dirt. No throw down and in to third is Strecker, and it's a 3-1 count. So the 10th run of the game, now 90 feet away for Garden City. And a favorable count for Plankenhorn. He could probably take this pitch. He opens up his batter's stance a little bit in that right-handed batter's box at 3-1. He'll take a pitch outside, ball 4, and there's runners on the corners for Gavin Wells, who's 0 for 1. A sacrifice fly and a fly out for Wells in his first 2 plate appearances. Here in this top of inning number 3. Yep, got a courtesy runner for Plankenhorn once again. And once again, that is Galatia. So Plankenhorn can go to the dugout, get his catching gear on, and get ready to catch in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mesa's pitch up and in on the towering Wells, and it's 1-0. 2 on, 2 out for Garden City here, top of the 3rd. They have a 9-0 advantage. Wells will represent the batter, or the 9th batter of the inning, so Garden City is batted around in this 3rd inning. That pitch misses away, 2-0. You have Galatia, the courtesy runner at first, Strecker, the runner at 3rd for Garden City. Mesa gets a sign from his catcher Eisenhower, sets, and Mesa will bring home the 2-0, misses low and away, 3-0. A nice backhand block that time by Eisenhower to keep the ball in front of him. But Wells heading the count at 3-0. Mesa has already tossed 17 pitches, trying to record that elusive 3rd out of the inning. Pitch, here's a bouncer, 3-0. He took a hack at it and fouled it off. And it's 3-1. See if he still has the green light on 3-1.
He didn't.
Yeah. 3-1 count now for Wells. He'll take that pitch outside for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. For Ryder Plankenhorn, who got the rally started in this 3rd inning, he led off with a double, and he scored on a single by, I believe, Ackerman. Bases loaded, full of Buffaloes. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 3rd, they have 4 across in the inning, up 9-0. This first pitch is popped up in the air. This will be in the shallow left field. It's going to be Avery Radke fighting the wind this time. He puts 2 hands on it, squeezes it, and that ends the inning. As Garden City tacks on 4 more runs here in this 3rd inning, as they also get 4 hits, 1 error, and they leave the bases loaded. 2.5 innings completed. It's Garden City 9, Scott City nothing. Back in a minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball. One minute break, please. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot she's gone.
Did they just hear that on the air?
Huh?
Did they hear that on the air?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that 1 minute, please. Today be with you here in Justine Byrne, your student engineer, back in the Mix 94.5 studios. It's a 9-0 Garden City lead here, one out, top of the third, or bottom of the third, I beg your pardon. And up to bat right now is Avery Radke. Takes a pitch for a ball, 1-0. He's 0 for 1 is Radke, the senior. Grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. Just the second time through the batting order here for Scott City. That pitch misses away. It's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. This is the first time for Scott City being home in 17 days. Here's a pop-up in the air to left field. It's going to stay fair, and it does. And he rolls all the way back to the fence, and Avery Radke will hold up at second with a one-out double. Scott City's third hit of the game and their first extra base hit.
It's going to bring up.
And that one went all the way to the corner in left field. And
Radke.
so that'll bring up Aaron Radke, who had Scott City's first hit of the day. A single into left field his first time up. Scott City down 9 runs here in the bottom of the third, 1-on-1 out here. And the younger Radke does lead the team with RBIs this year. He has 20. And he lifts this one back and out of play, and it's going to be 0-1 count for Aaron Radke. Just the third hit of the day for Scott City. Both of their first 2 hits came in the first inning. The Beavers would strand 2 in that bottom of the first when they were down 3-0. They had 2 on with 1 out, but strikeout and a ground out, I think, were the factors there, and that pitch misses, and it's 1-1. Yeah, in that bottom of the first, line out, right back to the pitcher. Strikeout and line out when Scott City had 2 on and 1 out back in the first inning, but a 1-1 count for the freshman left-handed batter Radke. This one's fouled off third base side and out of play. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Emilio Contreras for the Beavers. Rathbun sets and delivers the 0-2 into the dirt, blocked nicely by Plankenhorn, and it's now 2-2. As I mentioned, Scott City, they're going to haven't been home for 17 days, but they get back-to-back home doubleheaders here today, and then Tuesday against Goodland. Then they'll have a week off and have 6 games left in the regular season. Following Tuesday, they'll go to Southwestern Heights. Here's a bouncer.
Yes.
Just off the end of the glove of Ackerman at third. Rounding third is going to be Avery Radke. The throw will be cut off, and Scott City on the board here in the bottom of the third on a one-out single. And it's 9-1. That was just right off the edge of the glove of Ackerman, who reached out for that one, and a good effort for him. But Aaron Radke on board for a second time. As Radke scores from second, Avery, and it's 9-1 with 1-on-1 out here in the bottom of the third for Emilio Contreras. He had a single his first time up, was stranded at first. Plankenhorn, or Rathbun. Oh, they got Aaron Radke picked off between first and second. And they'll throw to second, and he's thrown out there at second. On the caught stealing, 1, 3,
out at second for 2 away.
6. I believe for out number 2. And they caught the young buck off guard there. And that changes the inning around here. So 1-3-6, Rathbun Benitez to Almanza for out number 2. And base is empty for Emilio Contreras, who's yet to see a pitch. So Rathbun with the pickoff that time, and they'll check swing, and they say Contreras went around, and it'll be a swing and a miss for a strike, counted 0-1. So after Scott City gets on the board to pick off between first and second, and now base is empty, 2 down, and Contreras looks at pitch outside, just missing 1-1. Ball and a strike here for the senior first baseman Contreras. Here's Rathbun's pitch outside on fastball, 2-1. It's 9-1 Garden City. The Beavers with the run here in the bottom of the third on a RBI single by Aaron Radke. Radke had a 1-out double. That pitch, curveball inside for a called strike. It got Contreras out of the way, and it's now 2-2. 2 outs here in the inning. Rathbun delivers in the dirt. It's full count at 3-2. He has 5 strikeouts, 1 run earned on 4 hits through 2 2/3, and he's thrown just 44 pitches as well. So he's really set up to be pretty good here. Let's see here. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Got him looking. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for Rathbun, and that'll end the inning. But Scott City gets on the board.
9-1 Garden City.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the 4th. It's 9-1 for Garden City. They'll have the bottom third of the order when we return in a minute. This is Scott City
First
Beaver
baseball,
baseball.
Beaver baseball.
Baseball brought to you today by our great corporate sponsors, including American Implement, Beavertown FFL, B&H Paving, Barley Grain, Beaver Creek Feeders, Beef Belt Burning Farm, Shells, Flowers, and more. Central Sea Farms, Clint's Diesel Repair, Decal Bear, Elevate U LLC, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Huenberg Benz, Fairleigh Companies, First National Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker, and Fro Heating and Cooling, Fro Ag Servicing, Fro Electric. We're ready for the 4th inning with
The
Gio
answer there
Benitez.
was Lakin Dryling and 37 stolen bases in
2
2007.
groundouts for Benitez. Takes first pitch.
Congratulations to Sheldon
for ball.
Feely for winning the concession stand buck. Sponsored by Neil Baker.
All right, 1-0 count
Farm Bureau
here
agent.
for Gio Benitez. The bottom third of the order, first time facing Junior Mesa through 20 pitches, and he eventually got the final out of the 3rd inning. And that
Benitez
pitch
batted for
misses
Garden City to
2-0.
lead off the top of 4. Barrett on
Borderline
deck
pitch
after
that
the
goes in
goal.
favor of Benitez.
Strike.
2-0 the count. Misses 3-0. That one low and away. So it's Benitez, Barrett, and Ackerman for Garden City in their 4th at bats with a 9-1 lead. Garden City will get the arch rival Dodge City at home on Tuesday for a doubleheader. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Benitez here in the 4th inning. For Cameron Barrett, who's 0 for 1. Barrett would walk his last time up and score part of that 4-run 3rd inning for the Buffaloes that opened this game up a little bit. He also struck out his first time up, and Mesa throws in a strike. And the count is at 0-1. Ask and you shall receive. 0-1 count here for Barrett, and he swings through that one and misses. And good for Junior Mesa. He now finds himself ahead in the count on the mound as Barrett is down 0-2. Benitez at first, nobody out for the Buffaloes here in the top of the 4th. They've had their leadoff runner aboard in 3 of the first 4 innings. And the pitch up high, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes here for Cameron Barrett, the right fielder. Ackerman on deck. Benitez at first. Mesa sets and brings home the 1-2. Oh, missed inside, 2-2. Had a good pitch there, but just got a little bit too far inside. And it's 2-2. So Barrett's worked the count even here. Mesa looking for his first strike out of the afternoon in relief. Missed it there, low and away, and the count now goes from 0-2 to So now jeopardy of walking back-to-back runners here. Mesa will have his 30th toss from the mound here. Payoff pitch. Oh, right back up the middle, just past the efforts of Kramer to try to glove it. And that one was a scary moment because that was laced right past Mesa for a single. And Coach David Dirks comes out of the dugout, not knotting it for Mesa here. Of course, Scott City does not have Easton Eisenhower taking Feely available today to pitch because they threw over their allotment of pitches on Tuesday. And so we're going to get a new pitcher for Scott City here in the top of the fourth. So a 2-on, nobody out for the Buffaloes. Ackerman, your batter. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll tell you who the next pitcher is for Scott City. It's 9-1 Garden City. Back in 1 minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball. Right, the new pitcher for Scott City. Well, I never thought I'd see the day when he would leave first base, so here he is. It's Emilio Contreras making his season debut on the mound for Scott City. He'll inherit 2 base runners and nobody out here in the top of the fourth. And Scott City trailing 9-1 here at Garden City. You have Benitez at second, led off with a walk. And then it's Barrett at first. He singled right back up the middle. And we'll see who the lineup, how the alignment is in the infield. I think Junior Mesa will be over at first. Don't know if they're just going to share first base gloves or not. So Mesa will be at first. Ethan Ackerman, your batter, 1 for 2.
Scott City, Emilio Contreras.
Popped out in a single. Takes the first pitch up high for a ball. So Contreras making his debut, and I don't believe he even pitched at all a year ago for Scott City. Maybe his sophomore year, he saw some time on the bump. Pitch misses, 2-0. 9-1 Garden City, 2-on, nobody out here in the top of the fourth here in game 1. The 2-0 misses high, 3-0. So Junior Mesa occupies first base now for the Beavers. 3-0 count here for Ackerman, and he'll see stare at strike down the middle there, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike, and Scott City using 2 new pitchers here today. As I mentioned, Feely and Eisenhower unavailable. They hit the limit there the other day. That pitch misses, slow for ball 4, and that loads the bases for Jonathan Almanza, the shortstop, is back to the top of the order. Almanza will face his third pitcher in 4 innings.
The batter,
in that leadoff spot. He doubled.
Nobody out, bases loaded.
A 2-run double his last time up. He tried to stretch it to a triple, got tossed or thrown out at third, I should say. That pitch misses up and away for a ball. The runners on second and third, I beg your pardon, are charged to Junior Mesa as Contreras works from the windup with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the fourth. Oh, and that's going to plunk him, and that'll bring home a run. And it's now 10-1 Garden City with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Jacoby Rathbun, your pitcher, 2 for 2, a 2-run home run, a single, and hit by a pitch. So he's been up to the plate 4 times here in the opener, this doubleheader. For Garden City, as I mentioned, they'll have Dodge City on Tuesday at home. It'll be the second and third time they've played them this year. That pitch misses. Oh, well, excuse me. It's in there for a called strike. The count is at 0-1. I got fooled on that one. The 0-1 is lifted in the air to center field, and it's going to drop for a single. And that'll score one more as Aaron Ranke chucks it in immediately. Barrett scores from third. And the RBI single by Rathbun makes it an 11-1 score here in the 4th inning, and still nobody out. So both the runners that have scored are both charged to Mesa. Now the rest of them on the bases are charged to Contreras, as Drew Strecker, who's 1 for 2, checks in. Ackerman at third, Almanza at second, Rathbun at first, and nobody out. And there's a line drive caught by Tegan Feely. It saved 2 bases, and he's made a couple of nice dives over there at third base. That is the first out of the inning. Boy, what a hot shot that time, right to Feely, going to his left to make the catch. And that brings in Colton Plankenhorn, who's 1 for 2. Bases loaded, 1 down the top of the 4th, 2 in for Garden City, up 11-1. And that one, Plankenhorn chased one in the ground, and then the ball went all the way to the backstop on a bounce, and that scores Ackerman from third to make it 12-1. But it's an 0-1 count. Ackerman, as I mentioned, scored on the pass ball. Almanza to third, Rathbun to second, and first base is unoccupied. So it's 12-1 Buffaloes here in the top of the 4th, with the runners at second and third and 1 down. Colton Plankenhorn, your batter. Takes the pitch outside, 1-1. So Contreras getting his first outing of the year on the mound. Same with Junior Mesa. The 1-1 misses away. Eisenhower couldn't get it, but has enough time to go grab the baseball as it trickled toward the backstop, and the runners did not advance. It's 2-1. Two and 1 is your count here for Colton Plankenhorn in that cleanup spot for the Buffs. Up 12-1 here in the top of the 4th here in game 1. This one's popped into play to left field. Barry in foul ground. He can't make the catch. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The gust of wind came up at the right time that fooled him. In a way, it saves a run off the board for the time being, because Almanza would have tagged and scored on that had Barry caught it. So there is a little silver lining in all that, as it twisted Barry up in left field there in foul ground. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Colton Plankenhorn. Contreras delivers. Oh, called strike 3, and that's out number 2. Got the outside corner on that slider for out number 2. And that'll bring up the DH, Gavin Wells, 0 for 1. RBI sac fly in the first, a fly out and a walk in his last 2 plate appearances. 2 on 2 outs for the Buffs in the top of the 4th, and a bouncer foul, third base side, and it's 0-1. 12-1 Garden City leads. They have 12 runs on 11 hits. Scott City a run on 4 hits and 1 error. No 1 count here for Gavin Wells. Contreras delivers a pitch low, 1-1. Scott City will have the heart of the order due up with Kramer, Feely, and Eisenhower in the bottom of the 4th. Right now trying to keep this a 12-1 game. You have Almanza at third, Rathbun at second. The pitch misses, gets out away from the catcher, Eisenhower. The runners take off a little bit, but they retreat in a hurry as well. And it's now 2-1. I thought they had a little bit more wiggle room to get home or advance on the bases, but they did not. And they retreat back in a hurry. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 counts here for Gavin Wells. Contreras, and a shot into left field. That'll drop in for a hit, and that'll plate 2 more. And the Buffs are now up 14-1. Here's a throw in, not in time. 2-run single by Gavin Wells scores Almanza and Rathbun, and it's 14. Here in the top of the Almanza and Rathbun once again score. So Wells at first for Ryder Plankenhorn, who's 2 for 3. Single, a double, and a pop-up his last time up. Throw back over. Nope, no throw back over yet, but here's the pitch. Now gets away from the catcher. A wild pitch, and trotting into second is Wells, and it's 1-0. So Contreras, who's gotten the first 2 outs of this inning, has thrown 20 pitches. He is officially charged here so far with 3 runs, 2 earned on 2 hits, a strikeout, a walk, and a hit batter. Here's a 1-0 missing high, 2-0. 14-1 Garden City. They have batted around for a second straight inning. Plankenhorn was the 10th batter of the 3rd inning, and he popped up to the shortstop, and now takes a strike, and it's 2-1. Third pitcher Scott City has used in 4 innings. Contreras delivers, pitch low, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and a strike here. That one's inside, and that puts a runner aboard. And Gio Benitez, who led off the inning with a walk and a run scored, checks into bat for the second time this inning.
2 down, runners at first and second.
Benitez is 0 for 2. The walk and a run scored, takes a strike the entire way. It's 14-1 Garden City, top of the 4th, 2 on, 2 out. Wells at second, Ryder Plankenhorn at first for the Buffaloes of Garden City out of the whack. And he pops this one up in the infield, trying to find it. Spencer Kramer at second. He'll make the grab, and that'll retire the side. Garden City, though, tacks on 5 more runs here in this top of the 4th inning, and they strand 2. We head to the bottom of the 4th here in Game 1. It's all Garden City, 14-1. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. empty and 2 down here in the top of the 5th here in game 1. As Contreras brings home the 0-1. Oh, he plunks Almanza. And a hit batter keeps the inning going. Yeah. 2 out here in the inning.
Rathbun, the batter, Strecker on deck. Kohler flanking.
Jacoby Rathbun, the batter.
2 down, runner at first.
2-run home run to get the scoring going in the top of the 1st. Hit by pitch and 2 singles. A 3-hit day for Rathbun, the pitcher, now shortstop, left-handed batter. And he shoots this one into right field for a 2-out single. So now, just like that, on 2 pitches, there are 2 on and 2 outs.
2-out single for Rathbun. Puts runners at first and second with 2 down.
And he has a 4-hit day. And that brings in Drew Strecker, the center fielder, 1 for 3. A single hit by pitch. Reached on there, and then a line out to the third baseman. That Feely has been pretty solid over at third base with his defense here today in game 1. Contreras delivers a pitch. Popped up. Mesa trying to get it. It's going to work its way foul, and he'll make the grab and foul ground just about 2 feet to the right of the line, and that'll end the inning. Garden City leaves 2 on for hits and a hit batter. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Garden City with a 14-1 lead over Scott City. Back in 1 minute. This is Beaver Baseball. It's going to be Mason who a 14-1 lead here for Garden City. First time they did not score there was in an inning was the top of the 5th, and Mason scoots out of the way to avoid getting hits, and it's 3-1. It'll be interesting how Garden City's schedule shapes up here after today with Dodge City. 2 games coming up. Here's a 3-1 pitch and sharply hit but foul third base side. It's a full count at 3-2 because they have Dodge City on Tuesday, in case you're wondering. And the WAC, they play each league school 3 times. That helps kind of fill their schedule up. And Mesa will pull that one foul. Just got ahead of that one again, and it's still full 3-2. And out there was Aaron Radke fielding another foul ball over there. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Junior Mesa here to lead off this 5th inning for Scott City. The payoff pitch, fouled it back, and he stays alive. So they've already played Dodge City once as Garden City. They beat them at Dodge City earlier in the month, and then they have the 2-game series with them in Garden City on Tuesday. Their payoff pitch, and it's a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning.
For Mesa, it's going to bring up your left fielder, number 11, Chaston Berry.
Chaston Berry, your batter. 0 for 1. Berry struck out looking his first time up. One on, nobody out. Scott City here, and this one's pops towering high in foul ground. It'll be Colton Plankenhorn. He'll make the grab, and there's one away.
Fly out to the catcher for 1 away.
So Plankenhorn stays with it. The wind gust did not come up at that time, and back to the top of the order for Avery Radke. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 14-1 Garden City here in game 1. Radke, his last time up, doubled to left field and would score on an RBI single by his brother Aaron. Mesa leads off from first, and Radke takes the pitch all the way for a called strike. 0-1 the count. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Garden City with a 13-run lead in this opener. That one up high and in. Ball 1 is your count for Avery Radke, the senior shortstop. 1-1 counts. Leisure, the third pitcher used by the Buffaloes, and that time Avery just got a piece of that and tapped it foul, and it's now 1-2. Aaron on deck. The Beavers trying to make a dent in the score here. Runner goes. This one's popped up, and it's going to work its way out first base side, and still remains 1-2. And so Mesa, after sprinting over there to second on the hit and run, will have to trot back to first. 1-2 your count. Jonathan Leisure has thrown 13 pitches here in his first inning of relief. Throw back to first, and Mesa safely. As another gust of wind comes back up. 1-2 pitch. The infield is in considerably, and Radke will make him pay for it as he finds a hole in the left center field, and Mesa is going to be waved home as that goes all the way back to the fence. And Radke going for 3. Here's the throw, and he's not in time, and an RBI triple by Avery Radke, and a run on the board for the Beavers. They're down 14-2. So Radke found a hole and took advantage of the infield in quite a ways.
Now up to bat, the center fielder, number 1, Aaron Radke.
And it's now 14-2. Striker got that into Ryder Plankenhorn to third pretty quickly, but Radke beat the tag in, and Aaron Radke, your batter. An RBI single his last time up, and he fouls this one back and out of play on the top of the concession stand and rolls off. And the count is at 0-1. So 1-on-1 out run in for the Beavers. It's 14-2. Here in this bottom of the 5th, the pitch high, 1-1. 14-2 now your score for Garden City. Avery Radke at third, Aaron the batter, 2 for 2 for him, and pitches up and away, it's 2-1. Emilio Contreras stands on deck, and after that hit by Avery, you all of a sudden see the shift of the outfield to Garden City. They play a little bit deeper. That pitch in for a called strike, and it's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on for Scott City here in the last of the 5th. Down 12, and that one flown in the air to left center field. That is a deep hit, and that ball is up against the fence, and a run will score to make it 14-3. It's an RBI double for Aaron Radke. Throw back to second, and he slides underneath the tag. He overran that, but he was in there plenty of time, and it is 14-3. Still 1 out. He was pretty darn close to his 3rd homer of the year. So 2 extra base hits in the inning, and Scott City has 2 runs scored off of those extra base hits. And Emilio Contreras checks in, but at first a meeting with the infield for Garden City with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Scott City with 2 runs here in this inning to pull to within 14-3, but still long ways to catch up. And Emilio Contreras will check back in. Scott City needs 2 runs to at least push the game to the 6th inning. A single to strike out for Contreras his last time up. Takes the pitch upstairs for a ball. That was the 20th pitch toss by Jonathan Leisure here in this inning. He's recorded just 1 out. And that one will get him. And now there's 2 on and 1 out. And that runner at first now, well, we're going to get a pitching change. As Coach Allred comes out of the dugout and will pull Leisure after 21 pitches. And we'll see who the new pitcher is when we come back. Scott City with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, down 14-3 with 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball.
25.
He's the 3rd baseman. All right, it is the freshman Ryder Plankenhorn coming over from 3rd base, who's the new pitcher for Garden City. And we'll have a courtesy runner for Contreras as well. We'll tell you about that, who it is. But it's the freshman Ryder Plankenhorn coming over from 3rd base, and it's like maybe a weekend in the backyard between the 2 brothers. I believe they're brothers. You have Colton the catching, Ryder the pitcher. Ryder, 6th appearance. He has a 2.69 earned run average. He's gone 13 innings this year. He's given up 7 runs, 5 earned on 6 hits, 5 strikes, 7 walks, and 57 batters faced this year. He inherits 2 on and 1 out and a 14-3 score. Kramer, your batter, takes a called strike, and the count is at 0-1. And it's 0-1 pitch here, and Kramer whiffs and misses. It's 0-2. Count is at 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch, and Kramer shoots this one into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Oh, it gets away from the left fielder, and that'll score a run and make it 14-4 with runners at 1st and 2nd and 1 out. So an RBI single by Kramer. Wessels gets it in, but bobbled it as well. That'll bring in a run. Make it 14-4 with just 1 out.
Runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
So Aaron Radke scores. Emilio Contreras holds up at 2nd. And the batter is Tegan Feely, who's 0 for 2. Blankenhorn's pitch, and Feely gets fooled, chases it, misses it. It's 0-1. And Almanza now at third base there for Garden City. Some of the changes there. This will be right to him. He gloves it, steps on the bag for one, guns it over to first, a double play. The 5-3 double play will end it 14-4 here in the 5th inning. Garden City wins it over Scott City. And the 5-3 play, Almanza to Benitez closes it out for the Buffaloes as they snap a 3-game losing streak. Scott City will drop to below 500 for the first time this year. 14-4 in 5 innings. Garden City wins it. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break for now and recap Game 1 in a moment. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.